Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time it is. I hope it's good for you. It's not particularly good for me. I don't know what this is called yet, but if I haven't advised you in the title that I'm pretty miserable, then I'm telling you now, I'm not. This is not likely to be, unless you're entertained by people's misery. Well, maybe it won't. Maybe it will morph fairly quickly as things tend to do. I don't know if I've already said. Yeah, I don't know what it's about. I know there's some things on my mind. Haven't got anything to sing. I can't bear it. I haven't even got anything to say. I just want to sneeze and just stop itching and stop the mosquitoes attacking me and stop hiding and stop being in the gutter and stop being taken advantage of and stop allowing myself to be taken advantage of and be able to assert myself without losing the plot. If I wasn't on these drugs, I would be as happy as Larry, as Gary, Barry, and Harry. And but I'd probably be in prison eating my own excrement as I was when I was manic. Might have become manic because I was in prison. I can't remember when the mania started. Might have been survival because of the prison. I want to sing. I've almost run out of things that I can remember. I've got no time for anything. This is my only time in the mornings where I get about an hour. And the rest of the time I'm not allowed to sing at the hospital. I don't want to go to where I was before in the afternoons. I don't want to go where I was before in the evenings, as I've gotten into trouble with people. So this is it. I get an hour a day, and lately I've been just sleeping in the afternoons. I'm just exhausted. Drugs make you feel absolutely horrendous, and I'm still in the same situation. It's like 18 months now, and counting, that I've been displaced. And people are trying to push for me to go to inappropriate places like shared housing with people that are got their own issues, and I just want to sing. I just want to do my music. I've not got anything to sing for you because I've got not anywhere to practice. What I've been doing with these little recordings is warming up for about 5 minutes and then trying to remember lines and trying not to sing too badly out of tune. But it's been very unsatisfactory, and I don't even know why I've been doing it. Just something to keep me going. I want to be able to study and to do well and to be able to sing well, and I'm not content with what I've been producing for, not for you, but for myself, although it is for you as well. I'm putting on the internet. I can do so much better if I practice and if I learn things and if I study things and if I'm not stressed out the whole. It's an act when you see me, oh, whatever it might be singing. I'm acting. Maybe that's the way, but I don't believe that therapy is necessarily a good thing. Somebody's going past. Hopefully, don't draw too much attention to myself. I'm reminded of hiding in sewers and tunnels and under tower blocks, and now I'm in a spot which I've reached by climbing through brambles and stinging nettles. And every once in a while, a mosquito comes for me. But never mind. That's the least of my. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. Um, 4 minutes 29. So I said already, that I'm running out of things to sing because I'm just going on what I can remember, and um, the drugs affect your memory so badly. Antipsychotic drugs, they make it very difficult to function. I'm being woken all hours of the night by people slamming doors, psychotic people. in the psychiatric hospital. If I don't delete this channel, or if it doesn't become derelict, if that's the right word. So I've got 2 other channels out there. Moodoo Van Spoon, MOODOOVANSPOON, and Rodrigo Records, RODRIGORECORDS. And I've lost access to them. I might be able to regain it with the help of my lasting power of attorney at some point. He's also my friend. I don't know what people want me to say or not say, and somebody's just gone past, and I hope that I've not disturbed anybody. You see, I try to get away from just to be on my own, but I don't know that maybe I have to. Maybe they don't want to be on the. Maybe I have to start again. Maybe I have to start again. I'll edit that bit out. Somebody went past. What was I talking about? I've got to start again. This is ridiculous. Maybe I don't have to start again. I don't know how I would start again. What I'll do is I'll try and block out the face of whoever it was that passed with the video editor. I'll block them out because I can't. I've got the function, and I don't want to start again. I want it out. I want to say these things and never have to deal with them again. But I know that I'm not. It's not. Life's not that easy. You see, if I was to say, well, why didn't you say this to a friend? Well, do you know what? How many friends have I got, and how quickly am I going to lose them? I'm pretty sure that I've lost 2 good friends. Well, when I say good friends, I only have good friends. I mean, I only have a few friends, and that's good. I've lost 2 friends with 2 out of half of them, I'd say. Well, 2/5 of my friends I've lost. 2/5, 3, maybe 2/6. I don't know. Depends what you call a friend, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm going to alienate more people now. And people lie. People lie. I can't abide liars. And even some people that I know, they lie, and I know that they lie, but I've got to allow it to slide, really, because that's what people who aren't autistic do, most of them, unless they're very, very unusual. It's lie, lie, lie. That's what social skills is pretending things to get on well with people, to get us foot on the ladder, or to do well in a relationship, or to keep people happy. And some of them are called white lies, but it's all lies. And my person responsible for me has been lying. Not, I don't know what I can say, because I've told people about this bloody channel. I can't even express my. They said, don't tell anybody about your channel. That was the advice I got. Don't tell anybody. And then you're free to talk, because I've got nobody that I can really talk to without driving off another person. I don't like to talk about people behind their backs, but what am I doing now? I don't know. I'm not identifying people I don't know. I am really, really, really miserable. Utterly miserable. And I'm coming up here trying to sing each day, trying to learn some lyrics of late. I'm about a day and a half ahead, or 2 days ahead. And I got some things I'm really unhappy with that I'll probably put out, because I'm just feel I've got to be doing something to get through this time, and the people are just dragging their feet I shouldn't even be in this situation. There should be somebody in charge. The judge that made the decisions about me should be struck off. There should be some higher person that you can go to when you've been abused and neglected by multiple agencies that are supposed to protect the vulnerable, and you get taken advantage of for one reason, because you're autistic. And it's a hidden thing, and you can get away with it. You can get away with abusing autistic people in a way that you can't get away from people whose difference is not hidden. Well, you can get away with it. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm saying that I don't know what I'm saying, and I just cut that. I just, I think, I think that a lot of the abuse and neglect that we get is hidden as well. I mean, not just hidden from society's view, but it's hidden from ourselves. You know, I've been protected from a lot of trauma. I watched videos of in the past of all this conflict and things like that. It was flow completely over my head. I'm not noticing all this politics and I don't know, he said gerrymandering, but I have no idea what that means. And now I'm going to be discharged into the hands of some learning difficulties and autism group or whatever, and they're happy that I've expressed what I want, and that terrifies me because they're new to the game and there's a new enterprise, you know, they're actually going to consider taking care of people like me properly. But of course, how they're going to know where to start. And they're pleased that I've said what I want. What I want is not what I need, and I'm not necessarily able to express what I need. And I need a functional home that I need to be able to feed myself and eat and survive. And I've got this condition where it seems like I'm incredibly competent, and I'm not. I'm incredibly incompetent. I've got an incredible disbalance. Anyway, I think I don't know, I've got like, this is now with the first bit. I'll probably add the first other bit on as well where I sneeze. I don't know. Will I add that on? Who wants to see a sneeze? The channel. So if I don't delete it, and if it doesn't just die, or I don't lose access to it, or I don't get murdered because they put me in an inappropriate place and I can't handle it. You know, the last time they put me in a shared house, I was being beaten up by a crack addict with a tennis racket in the police game. Remove me. Oh man. It sounds like it sounds like the same person's going back up the trail again. I don't know if I've stumbled into a cruising area or something. I doubt it. I don't know. Actually, I really now need to block out that face. Oh man, I put myself in so much danger. I used to hide all the time from bullies, and I still hide. I still don't stand up for myself. If I try to stand up myself, I get removed by the police or put into prison or eating my own excrement to survive prison because I lost 6 stone in a few months. I don't know if it's to do with the cirrhosis or to do with the fact that I was in the punishment block, and you're not supposed to be in the punishment block for long, but I was there the whole time because I had to do what MI5 told me. Voices saying they were MI5, I had to do what they told me, and I'm drawing yet more attention to myself. I don't know how people can hear me. I'm so bloody loud, I suppose. People in my life have thought I'm an attention seeker. I don't know, because of the music, because attention comes on me. I want to crawl into a little hole. And sometimes, as I've heard in the past, I want to curl up and die. And I'm so irritated by not being able to talk about certain things because of censorship, because there's this idea that if you discuss a certain topic, it encourages others to engage in activities they wouldn't otherwise engage with. Censorship, if anything, is the encouraging factor. People seek out that which is forbidden. Is this not known yet? It's written throughout human history. Utterly absurd. So there must be other reasons why people come out with these rules. Absurd rules. Anyway, I'm sorry to get so vitriolic as I used it previously and wasn't sure what that meant either. And I come across as much more aggressive than I actually am. If I am stressed, I sound like I want to fight you. If I'm happy, I sound like I want to fight you. If I'm miserable, I sound like I want to fight you. If I'm anything which is passionate, it sounds like I want to murder somebody. And this voice doesn't help. Maybe it might help if I spoke up here. You know, that's the other thing. I was just walking up here, and if it's a lady on her own, they are terrified to engage with me, just to say hello or something. because the way that I come across is so intimidating to women. Sometimes they cross the street and run away, even if I don't speak to them. You know, it's hard enough with men, but the women who I feel more comfortable with are terrified. Stranger women are terrified of me. It's a curse being autistic for me. It is an utter curse. I don't know if it's for you, maybe it's not. Maybe you're one of these people who've got a slight quirk, who don't think they've got a disability or a disorder, and think that they've self-diagnosed, or they've got some advantage, and that it's just a difference. Well, I say no. I say bull. Not for me, it's not. And that's as far as I can say, because I don't know. I don't know your situation, but it's called a disorder, and it's called a disorder because you have to qualify as having disorder in 3 domains, I believe it is, for something to qualify as a disorder. And I'm not saying, as I've said in other videos, that a disability is all on me. It's an interaction, because I've not always been disabled, but I'm disabled by my environment and other people, as I am enabled by my environment and other people. I'm just not able to fight for my corner. It's just luck. And it's probably the same for other people, whether they are in a fortunate situation or not. It's probably the same, but I think other people are more equipped to find their way into advantageous position. And my only chance of that is with my voice. I just want somewhere to sing. And at 30 years I've been disabled from that. And I suddenly decide I'm going to sing. Suddenly decide I'm going to put myself first on my father's memory. And the moment I do that, it coincides with the moving in of a new neighbour. In fact, I planned it for the moving in of a new neighbour. A fresh start. Within 10 minutes of me singing, they're shouting through the letterbox. And they harassed me. Too many American movies. Harassed me. And schedule is another while we're on the matter. Schedule. It doesn't really matter. Well, maybe it does. Maybe it matters to people like me. And I end up in prison because I was harassed. And I don't know how much I can say about it. The judge didn't even see me, I don't believe. Not to my recollection. Police didn't interview me. It was just is it a whitewash? It was just, here's the one he's the male with a deep voice and he's psychotic or whatever. They didn't even know I was psychotic. Although I probably wouldn't have gone to prison. But then there's an awful lot of psychotic people in prison. It depends where you're on your background and your race, whether you get put into prison. There's a lot of racism behind it. You know, if you're mentally ill and you're not white, then you're more likely to go to prison rather than a hospital. Anyway, that's a lot. This is all my take on life. You have to say it's my take. I'm not saying fact. You have to do all these disclaimers and things you'd never had to do in the past. Do you like the way the society is going, this censorship, this have to tread so carefully? And what if you're autistic? How do you keep up with all these special codes and everything's got to be flexible for a different situation? You've got to know how to respond accordingly. And, that's inappropriate. Well, how is it inappropriate? How do I know it's inappropriate? And you go to a group and they say, you treat each other with respect. Well, if you don't spell it out for me what you mean by that, I haven't got a clue. Don't interrupt people. Well, what if you don't know about the cadence of ebb and flow of people's conversation? What if you don't know how to do that dance? What if you don't know when somebody's finished? Because if in your mind everything is connected. What if you're treated routinely terribly when you're trying to do your best? And you're treated as if you are undermining people, that you're a stirrer, that you're a troublemaker, and that you're intentionally malicious and badly behaved, when in fact you're the opposite of that. But you're cursed by this thing called autism, or Asperger's, or whatever you want to bloody well call it. And I call it brain damage. In my case, I believe it's brain damage. That's as far as I can say about the matter, because maybe I should get a torrent of abuse. But the thing that divides us from the rest of the animal kingdom, I mean, supposedly, but maybe not really. There's all kinds of social groups and other species, isn't there? But the thing that has allowed us to dominate, despite our incredibly weak physique, we've got very little going for us, apart from this ability to coordinate between each other and communicate. Social skills and communication and coordination. And these are the pinnacle that sets us apart. And if that is dysfunctional, or disordered or disabled. You're telling me that's a difference, and that's some evolutionary advantage. We should all be walking around not knowing where we put our foot in it or not with each other. Ludicrous suggestion to me. I mean, I was fetal distress. I'd swallowed all this stuff. I've got a very strange shaped head. If you see it from 3 dimensions, not many people can, nor have I seen it. But I know if I wear a hat, like a top hat or something, where it's all a cut size, that I can get both hands in each side like this, at the sides, but it's tight as anything front to back. Very strange shaped head, cesarean section, 8 months, fetal distress, swallowed in an incubator, swallowed stuff, inhaled stuff. And I believe there was pharmaceuticals like paracetamol. I think there is an implication with paracetamol. It makes a lot of sense to me. There is studies that show that people who take pain relief are less empathetic, and that makes sense. If you've got numbing of your pain, how would you feel other people's pain? So it makes perfectly sense to me that this rise in the pharmaceutical industry and this rise of putting things in people's food and this rise in pollutants happens to correlate with this rise in autism. Like, oh, we're detecting it more. No, I'm sorry, but people are like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm finished now, and I'm sorry if I've upset you, and I'm sorry if you are miserable, and I've got nothing to sing for you. I want to be singing, but it's pretty unsatisfactory for you. There are better singers out there. If you want to hear some people who can sing baritones, Battistini, um, uh, Warren, there's absolutely tons of them. Ruffo. Listen to some of the greats. Listen to some of the, what have I got to give at the moment? I mean, I am dedicated. If I got the opportunity of 30 years, I've been scuppered. 30 years, I've been scuppered by autism. And I'm somebody who wants to work really, 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 really hard. And I'm capable of working really, 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 really hard, even when I'm going through the depths of despair and drugged out of my bloody mind and eating in prison to survive. Go and listen to some of the greats. And I'm sorry if I've upset you. McNeil. Listen to McNeil. Listen to McNeil sing Parisiamo. And get some feeling of what it's like to be disabled, a Rigoletto in this world. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day. And I hope that for some reason it is something of benefit to you to hear me ranting and raving. Maybe that's what I call it, ranting and raving. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness. Some people have been extremely kind to me, and I'm very grateful for it. Thank you. Let's hope that I can get to sing and do something decent and contribute something decent. I'm a loser. I don't want to be an also ran. I want to do something decent. I want to honor my father appropriately. Thank you.